It's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Well, I had this idea, came to me in the middle of the night, of making a goldfish bowl for the goldfish stamp that I bought, and so I came up with an idea, and I hope you'll stay tuned and watch. So how you're going to make this card is you're going to take a 5.5 inch by 11 inch piece of cardstock, score it in the middle, then you're going to put your biggest circle die that you have onto the card, and you're going to make sure that the top of it, see how that top edge is over the edge of our cardstock? That's good, because that's going to make it so our card will still open and close. Our card's only going to be this circle. Then for the top of my fish bowl, I want this little, I guess you'd call it, I don't know what they call it. I think they use these for slider cards, but I'm going to use it as is for the top of my fishbowl. So let me put these through my die cutter and I'll come back. Alright, so that is what our card looks like now. This is the rest of it that I won't be needing. That die set that I used, I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry, I don't even know where I got it. You might want to keep this for some scraps to do some other things with. As for our other piece, that is kind of what our fishbowl is going to look like. Oh, I might as well glue that down, huh? Before I lose it, because you know I'm going to. And let me show you how our card opens. Our card opens just like that. See the top of it? Nice. And then I'm going to put my glue right there. And then we'll know where I need to slide that to. Does that look like a fishbowl to you? It does to me. I'm excited about it. Okay, so then we have to do our fishy. Now our fish is a big one. I don't even know if it'll fit in my bowl, but here it is. It's called Goldfish. It's from Creative Vision. And it's not a little, I'm sure you've heard me say this 3 or 4 times, this is no little joking around fishy. This is one big fish. And I don't know if you've ever read the Dr. Seuss book, One Fish, Two Fish. No, that's not it. I don't know. It's one where the kid starts out with a goldfish and it keeps getting bigger, bigger, and bigger, and then finally the kid has a whale. I always loved that book when I was a kid, and when I babysat kids, I loved to read that book to anybody who would stand to listen to me read for hours about a big fish. Anyway, I think I'm going to stamp my fish on scrap paper and just play with it to see exactly what I want out of my fish. Then we're going to, let's get some gold and stamp our bad boy. I think I'm going to go with Hello Honey for my first round of stamping. Now, as I said, I'm not going to necessarily just stamp this. I'm also going to ink it with some other inks. So we're going to stamp them a couple times. Look at those nails. How horrible. Somebody needs to paint their nails. Wow, that's a lot weirder, dark. You know, that's the thing I hate about inks, is how you think they're going to be a lighter color and they're not. Okay, this is the color it's supposed to be. And that's the color it is. See, I think there's a big difference. To me, there's a big difference. I could be making that up. But that doesn't matter because we're going to color some more anyway. So let me grab some of my Arteza watercolors, water brushes. I am liking these brushes, by the way, in case I didn't say that before. And I still haven't heard from the company about getting coupons for all of you, because that's what they told me they were going to do, but so far I haven't heard from them about it, which is bumming me out, because I really wanted you guys to get a coupon code to use them. Now I'm going to color them in with cadmium orange. Just a little on the tail. And maybe around his face a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with some red and some spots. Alright, we'll stamp that, see what we get. I could always wet that a little bit too. That's what I was going to do. So let me dry them, and I'll try some more colors and wait when we come back. So that's what my fishy looks like after I just kept doing the same thing. I just added color onto the stamp, sprayed a little water on it, stamped it down, and I really love him. I think he looks really, really cool. He kind of looks like he's got a little bit of water like moving around on him. I really like him. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the inside of our fishbowl, and this is a Hero Arts monthly kit I got, and in it it's got a bunch of sea type things. There's coral and bigger coral and the dies to cut them with. What I want to do is I'm going to put him up on dimensionals, and the sentiments that are in here are, oh, there's some bubbles for him to breathe with. That's good, we need those. The sentiments in here that I like, it says go with the flow. I like that one. And then there's another one that says your love turns me to jelly, have a beautiful day. But I like the ones that have to do with my, that are quirky, like my the whole, it's a theme is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so let's stamp out these, and then we'll die cut them. Maybe I won't use the third one. Before I go any further, I want to stamp my sentiment too. So I'm going to stamp that on, if it fits. I'd really like to stamp it on that, but I don't think it will fit right there. I'll put it right below there. How fun is that? I'm going with it. Going with it. Go with the flow. Oh, it's half on and half off. How lovely. Let's hope it looks decent when I'm done. Alright, we're going to stamp up our coral in Calypso Coral. Alright, now I'm going to put a little bit of a pinkier red near the tops. So there's just a little bit of variation in color. See what that did. See if it did anything. Not much. Well, at least now it's showing up. It's darker on some of them. Okay, good. Now you can see a little bit of variation in color in these. See, some are, the edges are darker and some are lighter. Kind of cool. Also, the only one I don't think I had anything for was the little wee one, to cut it out. I could always cut that out. I think if I'm going to do that, I think I'll just stamp it on there if I do decide that I need to do something. So then we need to decide what to put on the bottom. You know how you have to have, like, you need, what do you call that? I can't think of the word. Gravel? Yeah, that's what you call it. Gravel that they put in the bottom. So let me cut out the fish and I'll come back. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do to try and make my little rocks at the bottom is I'm going to use this stencil with some different colors. So the first one, I'm going to go with lightest to dark, so I'm going to go with mustard seed, which is my yellow. I'm using my yellow 1-inch chip brush. You probably know the story about the 1-inch chip brush, but if you don't, I get them at Harbor Freight Liquidators. You get like 32 of them for $10, and they usually have a coupon. And it's cool because you can get them for $8 for 32 of them. Then you only need one for every color family, and I cut about a ½ an inch off the top to make them straight, and they work like a champ. I can't recommend these more highly. Sorry, I lost track of what I was saying there for a second. Then I'm going to use Mowed Lawn, you know how those little rocks that you get at the bottom um, of your aquarium or your little fishbowl, they're all different colors. At least they were when I was a kid. I don't know what colors they are now, but when I was a kid, you got a whole bunch of them in different cool colors, and then you just had them all over the bottom of your thing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep putting some colors in here in different places. I'm just going to move my stencil around so that I'm hitting different spots each time. That was Mowed Lawn, I think I said, and this is Mermaid Lagoon. Remember to use a different color brush for each color family. So this is my blue brush. I'm going to try and get as few overlaps as I can. I'm going to try some orange. Try some bigger dots. I found another stencil that these actually do look like bubbles, so I might do more bubbly things with it. And then before I do that, I'm going to take a scrap and put it under our fishbowl. Forgot the word fishbowl for a second. And I thought what I would do then is use some blue. Oh, I got some weird things that are showing up. It doesn't matter though, because I'm going to be putting my fishy over this part. I think I want to go with a lighter blue than that one. We're going to try another one. This is called Pool Party. It looks lighter. We'll shoot for as light as we can get. I think when I put this through the die cutter, it got, it had some issues. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to even dust the top of it, and then I'll make it look like the water line is right there. And I'm going to put a piece of paper. What's it stuck to? What are you stuck to? Oh, there's a piece of tape there. Oh, that didn't bode well for me. Let me flip it over. My scrap is having a moment. I think I'm going to put it right there. We're going to act like the water line is right there. This way we'll have a definite line. You know what I mean? It should be a little bit darker. Oh, look how I didn't even get it straight. My fish is, the water is sloshing in my water bowl. See how I did? Well. Clearly, straight line and sandy did not mix. I'm going to try it one more time. For heaven's sake, Sandy. Can you make a straight line? Probably not. Alright, we're going to try it one more time. Alright, close enough. Remember, my fishy is going to take up 3/4 of this bowl. There we go. Okay, here is our fish. Look how cute he is! Alright, we're going to do our, I don't know these things at the bottom if they look like those little rocks or not, but we're going with it because, you know, that's how I roll. And then I'm going to also, I don't know, I thought about putting clear plastic on it and having everybody be flat, you know, like it was actually a glass bowl, but then I thought, how will I actually do that? How will I make that work? These are the things. How? I don't know. I didn't know. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of these. I'm going to put these in our background. Push comes to shove. We'll have to figure out an alternative around these, but I think this will work. Alright, we're rolling along now. We've got fishies going everywhere. Okay, so here's our fish. I think I better put it up on dimensionals, don't you think? I think it'll really be, it'll make a big difference. I think it will. I don't know. Will it? I don't know. Let's dimensionalize this bad boy. Shall we? I think we shall. And I want to make sure I get all the weird sticking out parts with dimensionals. I'm happy. So there's our card. Of course I'm going to have to make a custom made envelope for it. Oh, I didn't stamp the back yet. Let me stamp it. So here's our card. I hope you enjoyed our fish in a bowl and that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell your friends about me on social media because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.